Hello everyone. I am joining you live today. I normally do a live over in my Facebook group, My Tribe, on a Tuesday, and for some reason the technology is just not my friend today, and I was 5 minutes in and someone posted that they couldn't hear me. So clearly the microphone was not working, and I have tried all different ways, and it's just not working over on Facebook today. So here I am on Instagram, which I probably prefer anyway, but I am doing a little bit of a session where I like to talk about something that I think is important and share some of my insights and experiences, and then also to do some coaching. So if you've got a question that you'd love to ask and want to get involved in the discussion, please do so. I'd love you to drop a comment below and let me know if, definitely tell me if you can hear me. That would be great. But ask a question and let's make the most of this time that we have together. I'm going to be heading off very soon to school pickup and to take my son off to his swimming lessons this afternoon. So there is a bit of time that we have together to have a chat all about business. Now, my topic today was about what it takes to have a breakthrough year. Now, maybe not something that's keeping you up at night, like, I need to have a breakthrough year and how do I do it? But I'm sure that nobody here and no one listening would potentially be thinking, I'm happy just with little incremental changes and I don't want to have a real big shift in my business or in my revenue this year. Probably not, right? I think that most of us would think, it'd be awesome to have a really big shift in our business results this year and see a massive uplift. The one thing that I find that tends to hold people back is thinking that a big shift and a big change in results means a lot more of their time and input that they have to do to their business in order to get there. And that's why some people say things like, I'm really happy to just stay where I am, and I'm happy with the little bit of growth that I've got, or I'm happy with what I'm doing because it gives me that freedom of time. But if I asked you, well, what if you could spend the same amount of time that you're currently spending, or less, if you feel like you're working too much? Like, let's work the hours that you actually want to be working. But what if you could do that and have the uplift in revenue? So not add more time, more complexity, and more work to get the revenue, because these two things are not necessarily linked. Yes, right now, maybe with the business model that you've built, in order to make more, you have to do more and you've got to input more time. But that's not the only way to do it. You could have a look around and see plenty of people who probably work less than what you are and are earning more. You may see someone who works a lot and who doesn't earn very much at all. So there is really no true synergy between working hours and what you earn, unless that's how you have structured your business. And this comes down to, I know we've heard it a million times before, the trading time for money conundrum, but it's a very real problem for a lot of service providers. And even if you feel like you've taken a step away from that and you're not really trading time for money, there are still plenty of ways that you can scale your business without adding more complexity. For me, and what I believe in business, is to have a really streamlined, lean business where, you don't have a huge big team to manage. So, that's another thing that people think, well, I don't want to grow my business because I don't want lots of people to manage. I just want to keep it just me and maybe a couple of contractors that help out with various aspects of the business. And you can still have that. You can still have a small team, a lean team, and have an easy business that's really easy to manage. But let's break through that revenue ceiling that's sitting there right now. We didn't leave corporate and the whole glass ceiling to come into business and then hit the revenue ceiling and be just as constrained here in our business as we were before. It doesn't have to be that way. So I guess taking a little step back, why am I even talking about this today? It's because that when I realized that I'd been a little bit stubborn and probably a bit blinkered in how I'd been thinking about my business, when I decided to take the blinkers off and realize that, actually accessing some, different perspectives, being open to that, being able to be coached and having somebody to help me uncover my blind spots, that was the moment that everything changed in my business. And I know that it happens the same for lots of my clients. They might come to me thinking, hey, I need a marketing strategy because I want to earn more. I want to relaunch my business or whatever it is that they're doing. They want to reach a new market. But what we actually work on that makes the biggest difference is their business strategy. And that means that we create a really simple scalable business model that allows them to work the hours that they want to work and earn the revenue that they want to earn, and also to not have a ceiling on it as well. So, there are some services that may be a time for money scenario, or that may have a constriction with capacity, but we always build in plenty of scalability so that there is leverage in your business model, and that it's not all about you having to be sitting there doing the work in order to be earning the revenue. That's what can make a huge difference. Now, there's 4 kind of strategic areas of a business that I love to look at with every client and go through what our strategy is in each of these 4 areas. You'll call them the 4 pillars for scaling in my simple scale method. The 4 pillars, what are we going to do in each of these areas that suits them, that suits their business, that actually helps them work towards their vision of what they want it to be as the ultimate business dream and the lifestyle. What do we want that to look like? And let's make sure that what we're working towards here is going to deliver it. Because if it's not, why are we doing this in the first place? I really think you can achieve whatever it is that you want to, but you just need to create that plan that's going to get you there. And this is why it brings me to another massive mistake I think a lot of people make when they want to scale. They go out and try to buy someone else's blueprint, we'll call it, or formula, where there's very specific steps or a specific method that you have to do this and then this and then this. And why that doesn't work is it's a tactic. We're talking tactics. They might call it strategies, but it's at a much more tactical level of you doing actions and then thinking that's going to create the same outcome. However, you are different to someone else. You're different to them. You don't have the same strengths, the same background, the same everything coming into the situation as what they did. So it's no surprise when you do try to take on someone else's method and follow their steps, that you don't achieve the same outcome. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating to do that. I've definitely made the mistake in the past of thinking, well, I don't need anyone to help me with my business. I've got lots of experience and I can just look and see what other people are doing and I can unpick it and figure it out and then have a go at doing it myself. But what I realized was that all I'm seeing is the surface layer. I'm not seeing the strategy behind it, why that's there, what they're actually talking about, and all of the things that are below the surface, which are hidden, which are far, far more strategic. And that's what's creating the results, not how many times a day they're posting on social media, whether they're doing lives or not doing lives, or, if they're doing reels. Those things can create little, what I call surface level results, like little improvements. It might mean that you get some more engagement. Well, what does that really mean? How is that helping you to achieve your business vision? And what I find that, really helps my clients when they come to work with me is that we create their vision and their own roadmap and blueprint of how they're going to get there. And then everything is leveraged towards it. I'm all about minimizing time, maximizing earnings. And that includes everything from, how you design your services, how you price them, how you promote them, your marketing system, your sales system, your customer support systems, and your experience. So the technology that you use to create it as well. All of these things have a huge impact. And of course, as well, team. There is nobody who built a $1 million business on their own as a one-person show. Everybody has a team of sorts, and whether that's a bunch of VAs, some external contractors, or whether you have staff, having a strategy around your team and exactly who you should be hiring and for what definitely makes a massive, massive difference. So these are the strategies that I have bought into my reinvigorated Momentum Club program, which is for women specifically who are at that revenue ceiling, the capacity ceiling, the revenue is blocked, and they're wanting to bust through that revenue ceiling and earn more in the time that they are working. So we apply my simple scale method. We go through the 4 strategic areas, but there's also a process, before we start on the scaling and all of that, we're looking to streamline. And I find some of my clients have had huge shifts, even with just streamlining what it is that they're currently doing, getting rid of the stuff that's not serving them anymore. The things that aren't profitable, the things that are time wasters, the things that are using up all your time and not generating any value for you or your clients, really. There's some decisions to be made, but creating that leverage, that space in which you can then grow is massive. That can have such a huge impact. So that's what we do, really is, look at that streamlining piece first. How can we get rid of the stuff that isn't serving so that we have space and room in which we can grow and scale our business? So the second step would be, systemizing. We'll look at what are you doing now, putting some systems around it so that instead of trying to do everything, or that scattergun approach where, something's happening over there and then you're here and there's lots of switching between different methods and trying all sorts of things, we put a really simple system in place, but it's totally tailored to your outcome and what it is that you're wanting to achieve in your business. Because what you want to achieve in your business isn't going to be exactly the same as what other people want to achieve. So important to have your own system and method that is tailored to help you with your outcome. The third phase is the scaling, and that's where we look at where are all of those amazing leverage points. We've already built the plan and the design, and it's actually about implementing it and making it happen. Now, a lot of people think, to scale, you've got to have a digital product like a course or a membership. They're great, and I have both. Certainly they can be fantastic ways to scale, but they're not the only ways. And that's not what we start off with straight away. I don't get people to come in who are already stretched for time and think, okay, now we're going to throw an online course over the top of what you're already doing, because that's just really counterproductive. So I look at, okay, what would make sense? How would all this fit together? Let's design a bit of the end vision for the business and what those layers are. How do they align? What makes sense to come next? Because ultimately we're looking for increasing customer lifetime value, increasing, the amount, which means the amount of revenue that you earn per client or customer. And so the way that we do that is making sure that there's something next, something else that they're going to come back for, that they're going to stay for, really creating a nice long working relationship that has value for your clients and for you as well. And all of that is about working smarter, working the hours that you want to be working, not adding so much more to your day that, you're ending up just work and no fun or play, because why would you be in this business doing it yourself if you didn't want to have a bit of fun and enjoy your life? I'm pretty sure every entrepreneur says, the reason I started was to have freedom. So let's have that freedom. Let's not be chained to the desk. Now, if you're listening to this and it is coming towards the end of May, then jump on the waitlist to the Momentum Club. If the waitlist is open, then applications have not opened yet. However, they will open in the next day or two. So pop your name down on the wait list for the Momentum Club. All that means is you're going to get a special invite with information on how to join and a special waitlist bonus as well. Now, the Momentum Club is where we're going to look at scaling your business. It's going to be your breakthrough year because we're going to shift you from where you are, give you new perspectives, and give you all the coaching support that you really need to grow and scale your business. I say double your revenue, but to be honest, you might double it in the first 3 months, and then we'll be looking to do that again. So it's very individual, it's up to you, and it's certainly up to you how fast you grow as well. So put your name on the wait list. The link is in my bio, or you can go to jessicaosborn.com/TMC for the Momentum Club. Pop your name on there. If applications are opened, you might end up straight on the page all about the Momentum Club, so you can read all the details and you can apply from there. Either way, I'd love to have your applications in. There's only 10 spots. We're going to work together really closely. So I want you to apply so that I can make sure that the people who I'm accepting in there are the best fit. And that'll be a really great group of people to work together and to be collaborative as well over the year. So really, that's it. And if this is the first time you've heard about it, then shoot me a note, a DM. I'm more than happy to share more information all about the Momentum Club. But that's what's happening. It's a 12-month program and it opens this week for applications. So I would love to see you in there. And otherwise, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.